Thank you all. I'm going to do several videos today. This is Rex and Grown. You're king by God's say so. You're king by God's command. You're king by the power of Jesus Christ, the ultimate Lord and Savior of all. Yes, I've told you about Jesus Christ being in charge of the universe. And the universe is a wide place. The Almighty has come to me and let me know. And I don't care what people think. Yeah, you say I'm crazy. You want to believe in science. Who created science? God. So, this is the ultimate science. God's say so. God's power. He let me know there are people on the moon. There are people on Mars. There are people on every planet in this particular system of the galaxy. He even let me know about some other. I'm not even going to tell you about that because, I'm processing that myself. He told me about some people in another part of the galaxy, not in this one, not in the Milky Way, but in another part. We can't get there. God would have to take us there. We do not have the technology. I found out a year or two ago that we didn't even make it to the moon. It was all done in a studio. We never made it to the moon. Why? We simply don't have the technology. It came about because a young girl asked one of the old astronauts why there wasn't more flights to the moon and so all that kind of stuff, trying to, make money because, people back in the day used to say all the time, we never made it to the moon. It was all, orchestrated in Hollywood. And I come to find out, yeah, it was. I thought those people were kids because we had been told for years, just like when I was growing up. They taught down here in the southern schools that the Civil War started because the southern states were not properly represented in Congress. They refused to tell us that the Civil War was over slavery. I didn't find that out until I went to college while I was in jail. These people lied to us all these years, saying that representation in Congress was the start cause of the Civil War, and the Civil War was fought to end slavery. And no, I'm not trying to say all white people are no, they were evil down here. But some of my best friends were white people, truly. And I'm not saying that in that joking way, racist whites. Some of my best friends are black. Yeah, sure they are. You probably talk about them at your KKK meetings. But everybody white's not like that. No, they're not. And you can't help what you've been taught. If you've been taught evil by somebody evil, it's going to be hard to let go of. Some have managed, but others are continually being taught. And you see, this is why prayer is important. An associate of mine, because we're not friends, I wish we were, but Walter Lee Hampton, he was talking about, on one of his latest ones, about, black people speaking negative about him while he's trying to do positive. Let me tell you something, Walt. We are the Hebrew people. We're not a color in a crayon box, black people. We're not even African American. We're not African. We're Hebrew. And why am I telling you that? Because the Hebrew, God chose the Hebrew people to be his people because we were the worst people on the planet Earth. And the sad part about that is we still are. The white people in Israel right now are second worst. They tell their people that they were better than everybody else. That's why God chose. No. God said he couldn't get no glory out of choosing the best people on planet Earth. Who are the best people? I have no idea. God ain't bothered to tell me. My guess would be someone Asian. But, I don't know. I do know we're the Hebrew people, and don't be discouraged because Moses walked 4 million Hebrew people out of slavery in Egypt. Only 40,000 made it to the promised land. Nothing has changed. Still the worst people on planet Earth. Look, after all we've been through, all we can think to do is to fuss, fight, and kill one another. Really. Destroy our communities. Businesses shut down because Negroes go into these stores stealing. But that's why Walt, I encourage you to return to the faith, because we don't have the power to change anything, especially in our communities. We got to pray. The very same things you're doing now, I tried years ago. You're not gonna get anywhere with black people. You're not gonna get anywhere with Hebrew people. It's time to start calling ourselves what we are. We are the Hebrew people. We don't want to lay claim to it because the Hebrew people have orchestrated the murder of Jesus Christ. Not those whites that are there now. Us. Because Jesus looked like us. Why you think they've been able to carry around this picture of a white Jesus? Because we disgraced ourselves in the eyes of God by orchestrating the murder of an innocent man, Jesus Christ.